Last class, what we discussed?
Architecture.
Okay, we discussed about architecture and what all the components are there,
Components.
how earlier systems are there. So all the things we discussed earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we can discuss about few topics related to micropartitions. I guess already we have covered this topic as well. So how the data will be stored inside the micropartition and how the data encrypted everything. I guess, right?
Mm. It's automatically encrypted.
Hmm. Okay, so
Yeah.
already we discussed about how the data will be organized in the inside the micropartition. So each micropartition will be around size of 5 to 500
Fine.
MB. Okay, if it is going beyond that one, it will be created as a new micropartitions. So make sure your that micropartition should be sorting. Your data should be sorted manner. The data will be stored. Means depends on all the columns, not with single column. It will be depends on it will be combined of all the columns. The data will be sorted by default and also highly encrypted, and also it is a columnar format. So I explained already. So what is columnar format? Just for example, I said that one. Okay, so the data will be stored in the columnar format. Each row has a one column. So whenever the records comes, it will scan the id of the hash key of the table, hash key of the row completely. Okay, and also id of the key, and also it will pay whenever it's required, it will be picking from for the execution. Okay, so that is the main advantage also. And another thing we can discuss about clustering key. So sometimes you may face performance issues, so that time it is very useful. So this will be defined for the tables at ddl level. Okay, so while creating the table, if you are particular column, if you are creating as a cluster key, the data will be sorted. Okay, so let's take very two bigger tables are joining. Okay, so that if random normally micropartition, how will be data, it will be sorted based on the complete data. Okay, but let's take you are doing some you are joining some two transactional table. One is sales table, one is order table. Okay, if you are joining both two transactional tables, so here you will be picking few records. Okay, just you are picking for the particular period of data. Okay, last 5 years back on January month, whatever data we are having in the sales table, that data you are picking. Same way you are picking the data from other table for same period, uh, but from the order table you are querying the data. So normally if you are joining the tables, what will happen? So entire last 5 years, let's start. You are having the complete 10 years of data in the sales table. In orders table also, if you are having same number of 10 years of data means, so it will be scanning complete 10 years data, and here also it will be scanning complete 10 years data, and it will try to match. Okay, and also here normal micropartitions, how data will be sorted, it will be depend on the order id, either order id or some salesperson name or somebody something else. Okay, but you are joining based on the period and particular sale id values reference. Okay, those two columns only for you required as of now for this query. Okay, so these type of scenarios, what it will do, instead of querying complete data, if already you are having, if you are making separately, okay, just 1 year data, this is 1 month data, this is 1 month data, like that, if you here partitions is different from micro partitions. Okay, don't assume partition as a micro partition, that will be different. Micro partition related to Snowflake. Normally in other systems and all, Oracle and Hadoop and any other environments, partition is so like that you will be maintaining the particular day or particular month or particular week, you will be maintaining as a separate partition. So simply you will picking the data from that partitions and you will be querying, so no need to scan complete table. Okay, that is the partition concept. Of course concept is same, but here micro partition is different from partition, actual partitions of the other environments. Okay, micro partition means just Snowflake maintains that one, you are not maintaining externally. Okay, so there what you are doing, you are maintaining separately. So just if you are updating this week data or this month data means, so simply you need to go to that particular partition. Okay, no need to go all the places. Let's take one library is there. There you are having many number of departments books. Okay, sales or something. Okay, accounts or something. But if you want to go if you want to pick the data from accounts only, means you need to go for account section only. No need to go for all the sections. But in case of Snowflake, so what is happening? Whatever data you are inserting, it will be storing as a one micro partition. Of course, internally there will be some mechanism to sort the data and to pick the data, but that is not in the our required sorted order. Okay, it is our choice to sort our data based on the particular column. Especially sorting and everything will be doing based on the periodical time. Okay, monthly analysis, weekly analysis, daily analysis, okay, yearly analysis, these kind of columns only normally people will be using that data, especially for the bigger tables, transactional tables mainly, not for static table. I already explained what is static table, what is transactional table. Static means very rarely you will be updating. Of course, you will be getting inserted new if whenever new customers are coming, that time that coming, but rarely like countries. Okay, rare. Okay, so these kind of things. But transactional means it's you are ordering sales regularly, updating regularly, inserting data, these kind of things. Okay, so for especially those type of tables only, we will be maintaining the partition for query purpose. Okay, so instead of scanning complete data, you will pick particular month or yearly data. Okay, so in such cases, people will be using the cluster key. Just I explained brief. I didn't explain anything in the system. Okay, so already I told how we can define the cluster keys and all. So just you need to identify, you need to be analysis your business, and how we need to do that. You need to identify that column cluster key. Okay, next. Okay, so I think already we discussed what is micro partition, how data will be stored, and here I highly compressed and highly encrypted. Already explained that one. No need to explain much. So just take example this one. If you are inserting data this many number of records, okay. So your let's assume these records are having huge memory, more than 500 MB. Okay. So let's assume it is having 2 GB data. Okay. It is created as a 4 micro partitions. So based on that one, based on the all the columns, see 243, 232. So based on that one, the data will be sorted. Okay, so for first column 2, and also character wise name for name column AB, for country UKD. Okay, so like that it will be sorted. All the columns are sorted. If you are checking this data, so all the columns are sorted only. Okay, so first micro partition is filled. Let's 500 MB is filled. So next whatever data comes, maybe ID is same, even country is same, and name is also same. But in that micro partitions again will be sorted. That sorting is specific to the that particular micro partition, not related to cluster key. Let's say if you are creating the cluster key, all data will be sorted based on the your whatever your key your table is given. So micro partition will be recreated if you are using the cluster key. Okay, all the times while inserting the data itself, the data will be sorted and it will be inserted. So whenever you are querying, especially that cluster key, if you are implementing, means that is a frequently used query, used table. Okay, so not required for all the times, otherwise it will be inserting purpose itself will take time. Okay, because by inserting the data itself, data needs to sort. Okay, so that's where that cluster key, of course, that will be cost, everything will be applicable separately for that. Normal micro partition sorting and all, nothing will happen. But in case of cluster key, you need to pay additional billing for the Snowflake, because separate object will be created separate. Like if you have an idea on the index, I think easily can identify that one. So if you are creating the index on the table, internally there will be some mechanism. So internally it will create one more table. So your data whatever you inserted, right, that will be sorted in a particular order. Data will be sorted, and system will make their own what we can say their own structure to pick the data and all. Okay, so just it will be stored as a ID separate column, and complete record as a one offset column. It will be stored as a one table internally, but we cannot see that one, but it is an internal mechanism for that. Okay, same way cluster key also will create that one. Okay, so I am comparing both one at a time, micro partition and cluster key. Okay, so normally if you are inserting this many number of records means logically internally, so how the system will be sorted. Okay, it will be splitting into multiple micro partitions, and data will be sorted based on the all the columns, its own logic. Okay, next, where metadata of micro partition will be stored, I said. So if you are storing as a micro partition, each micro partition will be having the some header information.
Yes.
Okay, that already I discussed. That where it will be stored, metadata layer only. Okay, that so like what all the columns are there, how many for each column min and max values of that one. Okay, count how many number of counts. So in system where exactly it is storing, for that definitely it will be having some address. If you understand the memory of the Oracle or any system, so where exactly it is storing, which block it is storing, which file it is storing. So for each and block, each and every file and each and every record, that will be having the address. Okay, so that internal mechanism to store your data in the system, not only for database, any system, any file, anything, the everything will be having the some address. The in that particular address only it will be saved. Okay, so same way even micro partitions also having the header information, that everything will be stored in the metadata layer. That you are already aware of that one. What are all the metadata of the micro partition? Column names along with the min and max values of the columns, and also basic aggregation values, count. Okay, count, min, max, these are all the basic aggregations. Okay, that values will be stored, and also it's highly encrypted. Already you are already aware of that one. No need to explain much once again. Next, another thing is micro partition pruning. You might heard these type of words. What is pruning? Okay, so let's take, you are having some 2 TB of data. Okay, means how many number of micro partitions will be created for that table? 1 TB data means 500 MB if you consider, means to definitely 1024 into 2, that many number of micro partitions will be created that one. So okay, one sales table for one organization. If you are taking that example, let's take 1 TB of data means internally that many number of micro partitions will be created. But you are querying, not you are not querying complete data. Okay, you are querying only particular period data, 1 month data, 2024 January month data you need. Okay, so normally what will happen if you are not created any cluster key and all? We don't know for January month data which micro partition is in how many number of micro partitions it's stored, we don't know. So system what it will do, it will scan entire all the micro partition 1024 into 2 and 2048 micro partitions will scan, and it will give the result. Okay, so that pruning means that, okay, how many number of micro partitions scanning for the execution, that count we can say pruning, micro partition pruning. Okay, simple words. Okay, how many number of micro partitions is scanning for our execution. Okay, so let's take 2048 micro partitions are there. If you created cluster key on the inserted column, okay, so you created okay, maybe 1 month data may be created in 2 micro partitions. System won't scan for this many number of micro partitions, only that particular. Of course, normally even if you are not created micro partition, all the micro partition, system what it will do now first, okay, system will go to your metadata. There you will be having the metadata header information, micro partition header information. So system will check only that min and max values. So for this particular column, so whether it will be there in that check or not. Okay, system directly won't scan complete record by default. System will check only header information. So they're actually having the min and max values for each column. Okay, so if you are querying for particular column, system will check this whatever period you are checking, right, whether that is in between or not. Okay, if it is going beyond or if it is less than that one, no need to scan that one, your period. Okay, so system will scan the first micro partition header information. Based on that, normal if you are querying, maybe your data is splitting in some 10 or 20 micro partitions, means only those 20 micro partitions only will be scanning and it will be giving result to you. Normal execution. By default, system also making that one. Still, I don't want to store in 20 micro partition.
Okay.
Okay, so no need to scan all the headers. No need to scan complete 20 microbytes. I want to store one place. Monthly means January month means January month. How many number of microbytes? How many number of records are there? Only no. I need to scan only those records. Then it will go to that. If you are sorting based on that particular column.
Okay.
Okay. So business logic you should know before creating the object.
Yes.
Okay, so if you know that things means, so that time you will be sorting your data and system will scan only that particular number of records. No need to scan before 2024 Jan and after 2024 Jan. System will scan only for the that particular record.
Yeah.
So where exactly that micro partition that header is having, so your system will go to only that particular micro partition and it will scan to the execution. That's called micro partition pruning for the cluster key. Earlier for normal micro partition. So if you are creating cluster key, it will be separate object. For that, building will happen separately. Okay, that should be in your mind. Clear? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So already we discussed benefits of micro partitions. I think no need to think. By default, it will be optimized. Okay, clustering also I explained already.
Clustering is nothing but cluster key, right?
Cluster key. Clustering means it's in earlier other systems it will be partitioning. Okay, but in Snowflake it is a clustering, especially for the joins. These words you should use, especially for the joins. The table is very bigger, and if you want to if you want to join particular periods of data, then normally people will create the cluster key for tuning our query. Instead of querying complete table data, so we will be querying less number of micro partitions with the help of cluster key. Okay. Next, this theory is completely related to that one only. So just I theoretically explained that one. Next, how you will define the cluster key? Simply, normal at the time of creating the table only, we will be we should select that column for identify the cluster key, and also you need to identify you didn't mention that cluster key column in the table definition. Okay, simply create table name, so you can specify all the columns, whatever column you need, so that you can specify based on that particular column. Okay, so syntactically
Related to creating table, right?
yeah, that time only we can create. If you want, already table is there, if I want to add additionally, so then simply what you will do, normal SQL, if you want to change your DDL means what you will do, you will do the altering the table. So in this way you can add that. Even you can create the cluster key with multiple columns, not only on single column. If you want, you can create on multiple columns also.
In SQL, while creating the table, we can create the primary key. It's automatically
Yes.
create a cluster.
Cluster.
Here also same.
You automatically create the index.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, in Snowflake we don't have any indexes. Okay, so by default data will be sorted in Snowflake. If you are created as a cluster, only on that particular column only, based on that data will be sorted. Okay, one second guys. I guess what is cluster key? See, especially your interviewer will ask normally. So, what are all the challenges you faced for tuning your query? So, how you will do query tuning in Snowflake? So one thing is, I said right, wherever we are having the complex queries, yesterday I have shown what query profiler. So there, if you are open that query profiler information, so your query execution will be in tree structure manner. It will show. So there you can easily identify which join is taking time. So how much time it is executing for that. So everything will be there for that very complex query. Okay, so based on that query profiler information, you will be creating the temporary table. Okay, breaking into multiple statements, and we can store it as a temporary table, and that will be using in the subsequent queries. Along with that, you should say this cluster key. Okay, this I covered. I will show you once again that breaking statement how we will do. Okay, so how you will choose the cluster key, I already said, right? So based on which column frequently you will use going forward, based on the scenarios, this easily functional people will say that one. Okay, so I will be getting this much of data. So for this particular period, I may be selecting this many times. Okay, this will be frequently using. Okay, that structure they will, maybe they cannot, they won't say anything create table, the definitions and all they won't say, but functionally they will explain. So this is the what will be the regularly this one. Okay, that if you have the domain knowledge, financial or whatever it may be, easily you can identify that one. Okay, normally Snowflake recommends for larger tables, not for the smaller tables. That limitations just simply can check that one. So we can create a maximum four columns. That will be good. We can create, but if you are creating more than four columns, means again it's a normal micro partition only. There is no use with that. Okay, I think this is clear, right? Any doubts as of now? Everybody is clear, right?
Yes.
Online people. Okay, next. Yeah, tell me, Obrity. Hello.
ఏం లేదన్నా.
Okay.
అన్న ఏం లేదన్నా, అర్థమైంది.
Okay, next we can start the data loading. How we can load the data. So just generally we can speak. Okay, so what is ETL? Okay, that is why we can use the ETL for analysis purpose. Okay, so what we need to, what you should have that for analysis purpose, you should have the previous data, and also you may get daily data, daily or periodically. Maybe few jobs may get with every 5 minutes, every minute also you will get. Okay, that's regularly getting data. Okay, so means you should have the proper system to inject the data into the Snowflake, whether it can be one time. Okay, so I am getting every 1 hour. Okay, means 1 hour I will be getting this many number of records. I need to inject this one as a one batch. Okay, data ingestion means we can say load. One is continuous ingestion. Okay, let's say if we, some application is using, application user is there, right? So he is inserting data in the application, so that immediately it should affect in your database. That is what continuous ingestion. Okay, so for that you should have the framework. So I don't want to inject immediately. Okay, so I will insert the data into the application from different applications. I don't want to go with the complete at a time, so I will do for 1 hour. Okay, for 1 hour it is okay, 1 hour time, no need to do that one. One day it's okay, monthly this is okay. So what you have to do, either you can inject the data batch wise, periodically means it, we can say one batch. So this 100 records as a one batch, this 1000 records as a one batch. Okay, so 1 hour data whatever you are receiving from the application, that I will insert as a one batch. Okay, so if you same data, if you want to ingest continuously, means you have to, your system has to wait. Okay, it should not use for others, that resources should be locked for that, for continuous ingestion. Yes or no? Okay, so if you are inserting batch wise, that batch may, for insertion it may take 1 or 2 minutes, so rest of the time it will be free or not. Okay, so don't ignore much, just for your understanding what is batch, what is continuous ingestion. Okay, so that batch ingestion will be either you can do with batch ingestion or with continuous ingestion. Okay, so batch so for doing this one, for if you want to ingest the data from on premises or from other systems to the Snowflake, so you can load bulk loading or continuous loading. Okay, bulk loading, how you will do, what are all the things needed for that? ETL I explained very first day. So somewhere you will stage your data. Okay, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Bulk load, let's assume you are getting some data from one application, one month data. So till 1 month, one day data. Okay, till evening, what whoever is entering the data, that will finally your application job will run that one. Okay, so that data will produce. Okay, so before loading the directly you cannot ingest the data into the Snowflake. Somewhere you can maintain the some time you need to hold that data, whether data is correct or not. You need to transform the data. Okay, you need to means ETL you need to do, right? ETL means it transforms the data. Maybe after loading also you can do what we can say that one ELT. Before transforming the data you can load the data. Okay, so if you want to load the data into the another environment, somewhere you should stage your data. Okay, so that is staging thing required. Next, after that you will be loading the data, or before loading the data you can do process as well. Okay, this is the basic things we need for to load the data into the Snowflake. This you understood, right? What is staging, what is transforming, what is usage, already I explained long back itself. So process data will be using for the generating some reports kind of things. So what we'll do with the data. Okay, so here actually we can let's comes to our topic, data loading. So whether we can go with bulk loading or continuous loading. So bulk loading means Snowflake. So if you have the data in the one stage, either maybe internal or external, so if you want to inject the data into the Snowflake batch wise means you will be using the copy command. Okay, of course you will be having the other features as well, like you can connect with any ETL tools like Matillion or data or any other data factory, that kind of tools. So if you don't want to go with those tools, if you are using the tools means definitely you need to pay extra money for that. That's mandatory. Okay, instead of that, if you want to utilize your Snowflake features only means, then you need to use the copy command. Okay, so that is for one time activity. So how you will run, either you can call from this statement copy command from any procedure or any Python statement or any connectors, you can call that one, or you can run manually in the UI also. If you have the data in the stage environment, you can call that one, but you cannot run if you don't have the stage. Okay, so you should have the some stage environment for that. Okay, clear that? Next, continuous loading, how we will do with third party tools also, we can do that one, like Kafka, this Matillion, any kind of tools you can use to load data continuously. So if you are doing share market means, so even if you placing the order, immediately you will get that result. Okay, so these kind of things will be there, Kafka and all. That latency, how much latency na? 0.003 seconds. That it won't give any time to reflect. Immediately that will insert into the any environment. That's what the Kafka capacity. That much speed it will be there. Okay, so normally,
Hello.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, sorry for interrupting. బల్క్ లోడింగ్ తో పాటు కంటిన్యూస్ లోడింగ్ అప్పుడు కూడా ఈ స్టేజింగ్ చేయాలి సార్.
ఇది depends.
బల్క్ లో
It's a depends. So if you are using the third party tools, no need to maintain. So that third party tools itself, they will maintain that staging tables, staging and all. It's a tool to tool. If you want to use Snowflake means you need to create. Okay.
ఓకే
Hello.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, so continuous ingestion if you want to use with Snowflake means option is Snowpipe. Okay, so if I want to get the once I receive the data into the staging environment, if I want to load the data into the Snowflake, if you created the Snowpipe, automatic auto ingest option is there in Snowflake in pipe creation. So if that enables, once data comes directly, you can directly system only it will trigger. No need to trigger by anybody. No need to. It's automatically. It's not the manual task. But bulk loading concept, copy command will be manual command. Either you can use any third party tool, or you can use any other Python connectors or something, or you can run the manually, or either UI or SQL, anything, but you have to run manually. But Snowpipe, no need to run manually. System will take care of that one. Okay. So I think just you understood what is Snowpipe, what is batch loading. Okay. So if you want to, already explained. So if you want to load the data, bulk loading into Snowflake, if you want to load from local system means where your data files will be there. No. Where you will local files, local system, either in your personal laptop or maybe some server. Okay, some servers also, that is also local system only. Okay, it's we cannot say if it is not our micro laptop means we cannot say that one. Server also local system only, we need to consider local servers. Okay, so if you have that say data in your local system, so you need to ingest the data into the stage environment with the put command only. You cannot use any other tools. So that you should be run by with the put command. So that put command will run only in the SnowSQL. You cannot run in the web UI. Okay, that is the limitation. We should use put. We cannot run manually in the UI put command. So you should use Snowflake, the SnowSQL for that. Okay, you should create with the account and your username password. You can connect SnowSQL and you can load the data. Put you that you can run simply
Without SnowSQL, you cannot use the
put command. We cannot use that one. Okay, if you want to load from on-premises to Snowflake,
Okay.
on-premises means any server or any your local system. Okay, so that you need to run. You need to maintain either internal stages. Again, different types of internal stages are there, but generally you should have some stages that we can use, especially for the internal stage, not for external stage. External stage means again it's a different. Okay, but to load the data into the internal stage, you need to run the put command for that. That syntax is nothing. Simply put your source location and target location. That's it. Okay, that along with your file name. That's it. Okay, any doubt, Babu?
clearly.
Clear? Already this slide I
Okay,
covered that one. Okay, so now we can comes to the stages. Stage in one. What are all the types of stages we are having? Okay, so we have two types of stages: internal stage and external stage. Internal means what? You are maintaining your staging environment inside the Snowflake. Okay, not the outside. Either that. Okay,
inside the now.
inside the Snowflake means internally we will be creating our staging environment. So we are getting the data from put command or something to the your internal Snowflake environment. So from that we are injecting the data into the Snowflake. This whatever you are getting the data from applications or from local system to the your Snowflake staging environment, right? That is the raw data. Okay, whatever is application running, application is created, that is the raw data completely. It is not the processed data. Okay, you are not doing any cleaning or any cleansing. That transformations, everything will come later. Okay, so that is a complete your SQL logics. Okay, this raw data will comes to the your staging environment. Okay, from that data will be injected to the Snowflake. So before loading the data into the Snowflake also you can do, or after loading the data into the Snowflake also you can do. That is different case, ETL ELT. But so we are having the two types of stages. One is internal stage and external stage. Internal stage means that should be in your Snowflake account. External stage means outside the Snowflake account. Okay, so you can create the external stages, either you can use in the cloud or you can use any server SFTP connection also you can use for that. But rarely people will use. Nowadays everybody is moving to cloud environment only. So we can create the external stage within the any cloud, AWS, Azure or GCP. Okay, so if you are creating stage environment outside that one means it will be external stage. if you are creating inside the inside the Snowflake means it's an internal stage. So billing and all. So you are storing the data temporarily. Okay, this definitely storage will yes or no? Storage will happen, right? So definitely, if your storage is there, means definitely billing will be there. Okay, I think I covered already. Cost for what are all the reasons we can get the cost and all for the Snowflake? One is storage, one is warehouse utilization. That's it. Normally, you won't get charged for metadata usage. Means cloud services layer, you won't get any charge. Only will be charging for storage and warehouse. Okay. Okay. Already. Okay. Cover later.
What about the query generation time?
Query.
Query generation.
Query generation time will be coming on the side itself automatically when you run the any query.
Query running means warehouse is using for that. Okay. If you are just simply describe your table, there is no. I have shown you. Okay. In query history, if you are running just for getting the metadata information table, what all the columns are there in the table? If you are running that one means there actually warehouse coming as a blank. So I shown right already. Means you are not using any warehouse for that because it is you are fetching data, you are extracting data from metadata only. So for that there is no billing for that. Okay, if you are using query, okay, from if you are reading your data from storage, then only your warehouse will utilize. Sir, even for loading also warehouse will utilize. For that also billing will happen. Stage also, let's comes to our topic. Later we'll explain that slide, no issue. Okay, so here stage means you are storing data, internal stage inside the Snowflake. So billing will attach it to the internal stage. Okay, there are three types of stages are there. One is name stage, and so here again there will be two types name stage. Okay, let's permanent and temporary stage. Let's take ignore that one. So there are three types of internal stages are there: name stage, user stage, table stage. So by seeing that words itself easily we can identify. User stage means that specific to particular user. One, okay. So let's Snowflake account is there, organization. You are all the developer. You are also developer. He is the tester. I am the tester. He is the end user. Okay. So just assume. Okay. So if I am keeping our data from my purpose, okay, that's specific to mine only. You cannot use. Okay, you cannot use. Other person cannot use by the user stage. Okay, only that's specific to the particular user only. Table stage, but he can store for any table in internal stage. Okay, he can use for any table, but that's specific to the particular user. Table stage, name itself indicates that one. So that's specific to particular table. You cannot use for the other tables. Okay, that's specific to by default user stage and name table stages will be there. No need to create that one. By default, those things will be there. Snowflake will be provided by Snowflake. No need to create externally. It's internally it will be there by default. Okay, so if you want to create separately internal stages and all, then you have to create the one named stage that can be used by any user for any table. Okay, so inside the organization for any user and for every table, any table, but you should have the rights to use that stage. That's it. Okay, otherwise for name stage and table stage no need to give any access and all. Okay, but name stage you should have the rights to utilize that name stage environment. Okay, so if you want to load the data to the your name stage or something internal stage, you should use the put command from your local system or any server, local server. Okay, now another one is external stage. External stage already explained. So outside the organization, that can be any cloud, AWS, Azure, or any GCP, or if you want, you can use any other clouds also. Okay, nowadays adding more number of clouds, right? So you can use any cloud also. Okay, so that is the external stage. So already explained. Normally table stage means that will be indicated by hash symbol.
Hmm.
Okay. User stage means indicated by tilde symbol. This symbol we can say tilde. And name stage is at the date. Normally staging will be denoted by at the date. Even for external stage also we'll be using the same thing only. Okay. Next already I will show you the practically. Just for theoretically I covered that one. So you can for internal and external stages you can use any type of data, either XML, semi structured, structured, any type of data. You can load the data into the Snowflake environment, stage environment. Okay, sir? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so already, so for that, you should, if you want to store your data in the system, you should give proper data. Snowflake cannot understand the unstructured data.
Hmm.
It can understand semi-structured and structured data. Normally, databases will be using for this purpose only. Unstructured data, like we can say videos,
Audio.
multimedia,
Hmm.
whatever is there, right? So that binary kind of, that normally denoted by binary.
Oh.
We can store our data, but we cannot process. Okay, that kind of things, separate tools will be there.
Hmm.
So that is different. Normally database, this is Snowflake is database, right? So people will be using for analyze this data only, semi-structured and structured. So before reading the data, you should have the proper file format.
Hmm.
Okay, even if you want to store your data inside the Snowflake, you should create one file format. Inside, in that format only you need to create that, load the data. Okay, that can be any file, CSV or JSON or Avro or XML. Okay, so that is depends on your requirement and how you are receiving the data from outside the organization. Okay, outside the Snowflake. So that depends on your different types of data. You need to create the file formats. On top of that, by utilizing that file format, you need to create the stage environment. So from that, you can inject the data into the
This is
Snowflake.
regular process.
This is regular process in any company.
real time scenario. Kuda.
Real time.
Hmm.
We have
Okay.
to use the stage environment.
It is not theoretical. Even I don't know completely theoretical. What is there in book side? So whatever I know, that I did.
Staging area to
Snowflake area. Okay, whatever I did, I am explaining same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so in real time also we'll be having same thing. You need to create the file format and create the stage, and you need to use the for delta data you will be using the Snowpipe because it's a continuous ingestion.
Continuous ingestion.
Okay, you no need to trigger manually. So copy command you need to trigger manually.
Manually.
Either you can use front end or NoSQL or any third party tools to trigger those things. That depends. Okay, I already discussed it, right? File formats means CSV. CSV means what are all the things needs to consider?
Comma separated by
Delimiter. Okay, maybe comma separated. Okay,
delimiter.
so some files let's say you will be using pipe symbol for differentiating the fields, or you can use some other character at the date you can use. Okay, that depends on your choice. Okay, so you need to specify the first mandatory thing is delimiter, field delimiter and record delimiter. Record delimiter. Okay, if you want to normally some applications how it will generate, so all the fields, okay, all the records will be created at a time from third party application. Okay, there actually field delimiter some character they will use, line character they will use some different character. Okay, so that we can say record delimiter. Okay, normally /n will be the new line. We are considering that one, right? Maybe if you want your own character to define that one, you can use that one, no issue. Okay, line delimiter and
What is the default delimiter for the
normally CSV means comma.
Comma separate.
Okay, so some applications they will use different applications. Maybe comma is there in their data. Okay, my address is there. In my address, this one is village, house number is there, and my village is there, and mandal is there, and district is there, and the state is there, and country there. Normally, how people will define comma.
Comma.
So if you are using that comma for the one field address, you cannot identify that one because the system, what system will consider if you are using the comma delimiter, that is a separate record, separate fields.
separate field.
System cannot identify.
Mm.
So if you are using some other delimiter for that, okay, you cannot say to the application user,
Okay.
so you should not use this character, you should not use this character, you use this character only. We cannot say to the people who are entering the from applications. Okay, so if you want to handle such kind of things, you should use different delimiter for that. Okay, like hash symbol or something else. That's your choice. Next, file extension if you want. Okay, .csv or .tsv. But tsv means what? Tab separated value.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, if you want to field enter next field means you should normally once your string is completed, next normal people will use the tab also. Okay, so we are having different things if you are using as a CSV file format. Okay, so you need to specify that one, all the columns, field optionally enclosed. Okay, sometimes you are getting you will be getting some single quotes.
Yes.
Okay, so system cannot identify that one, so you should maintain that one. This is optional enclosure, whatever column you are defined, this you can ignore, this is the special character for that. Okay, so these three things means you are sometimes you are getting, if you are moving data from one environment to another environment, there will be chances to add some additional characters to the your data, like special characters. This is the environmental issue. It will be there in from any application, any areas in technical world. Okay, especially for string type data, some spaces will add something. Okay, so if you want to trim your data, so that things also we need to define, trim space or not. Either whatever data is there as it is, raw data need to insert, or if you want to trim the data. Okay, that things are done. Okay, if you normally people will get null values also. If you don't want to give some fields, normally what will use null value. That is no need to enter that one, nothing. Null. So how you need to handle? Either you can use some null character or some default value if you want to give for that. Okay, if you want to give some space or if you want to give some hyphen symbol. Okay, how you want to handle that kind of value. So everything you need to incorporate in the file format. Clear? This is the file format, CSV file format. So examples I have given. So there will be some true false values, and also you need to specify the compression kind of things, which type of compression you want, either gzip or bz2. There is a zipping mechanisms are there. Okay, so that kind of things also you can add. Almost more than 24 types of optional values you need to enter. If you want, you can utilize. Okay, more than 24, maybe it is different. Okay, next. So syntax is simple. Create or replace, file space, format space, you can give your name and your whatever fields you want. Normally one is delimiter is mandatory, line delimiter, rest of the things not required, rest of the things are optional. If you want you can add. Okay, so simply create a file format that you can execute that one, it will be created. If you want to describe your file format, you can also describe, nothing to that one. Okay, so even JSON also you can use, just simply create a file format JSON format name that you can give directly. Type equal to JSON, like that you need to specify. The syntactical I will show you nothing. So uploading the files to the Snowflake. So how I say, from local system. Put command we need to use. Simply we need to pass your local system. Okay, how you will how you need to specify that one? How you need to specify that one? File hyphen, this is the syntax. Okay, so if you want to load your EMP CSV file to the stage environment, okay, how you will use that? This is what? Till symbol only. This is the internal stage. Okay. If you want to use your internal stage, if you means same application is using somebody other, many people means, okay, if you are using this symbol, he can restrict for himself. Normally real time nobody will use even internal stage also. Okay, so normally people will use external stage only, but just you should have the knowledge on that. Definitely question, the Snowflake theoretical question means this is also one of the question, mandatory. Okay, next you should use the local file path and target file path. Okay, if you want to use the from Windows, if you want to run that command, so same way if you want to run the from Linux, same way Here also same thing only, but you need to specify the file. Here also you need to specify the same command only. Okay, it will be running in any environment. Okay, so if you want to query the data from your stage, so simple. I already said, right, at the date symbol for name stage, as symbol for tilde. Okay, so you can use directly $1. Okay,
Mhm.
that is the things. Okay, this nothing, no need to think much. Okay, directly we can create the stage and we can explain. Okay,
Okay.
is it required any theoretical things?
No.
Okay, can we start?
Yes.
Okay.
We can discuss internal stage today. Tomorrow we can go for the
Next time.
external stage. Okay, even I will explain the once load the data into the Snowflake. I will explain this. What are all the options are there while loading, copying the data into the Snowflake. Okay, validation mode and on error equal to true, on error equal to false. Okay, skip file. Okay, many options are there.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, at least we can
So awesome.
use few things. Okay. Next, how we can connect the SnowSQL?
CMD.
Okay, so you should have the terminal. If it is Windows, you should use the
Command.
command prompt. If it is Linux, shell you need to open. Okay, so command is SnowSQL. Already I have shown you that already. So first is account. So you should use the account. You can use that account details from the URL where we are having. This is right. Okay, so you should give till you need to select the reason. Okay, so account details you can use and user details. Okay, underscore u. So I will give my username. So how you will create that one SnowSQL? You need to download the connectors, Snowflake connectors option. I have shown already shown you.
Mm.
Okay, so your system will ask for the your password. Okay, so by default, what it will system will do show you. What happened? Password error. Oh, sorry, this is not correct. Username is wrong. Okay, even you can use connect with Python or JavaScript. Okay, there is multiple sources are there. Java. Okay, you can connect anything, but you should use the some libraries for that. What happened?
Incorrect username or password was specified. Failure to correct the database.
Hmm?
Failure to correct the database.
Oh shit, I'm
History. One second, guys. I'm checking for the link. Okay.
The user interface will be changed from 2022 to
Already I discussed it, right? That one. Earlier we are getting classic console. Now we are getting the Snow site only. Snow site will be having the many features. Snow SQL not like that. Snow SQL only for the SQL. Snow site will be for marketplace and dashboards. And if you want to create any graphs kind of things, you can use that dashboard option. All the options it will be coming. Okay. It is connecting. What happened? This one. Login failed.
యూజర్ నేమ్ కరెక్ట్ తప్పు అనుకుంటా పైన
Correct.
D-W-0.
Correct. Minus account. One second, guys. Forgot. That's it only. Okay, yes, now it's connected. Okay. So here we need to select so by default for your user, compute warehouse is already attached. Okay, warehouse, and you need to select the database and you need to select the schema. Okay. So while writing if you are typing the things means easily you can get the options. Okay. So if you are using the command use means you will get the option whether you want to use database or whatever things. Okay, object type you will, if you are typing means you will get that option.
Okay.
What are all the objects types you are having. Next, object names also you will get in
I have
particular.
one word without మన ఆప్షన్స్ అందులో లేకపోతే ఇంట్లో డిస్ప్లే కావాలి.
No, further you can whatever you are doing in the web UI, everything you can do with the SnowSQL.
Okay.
But here you can run put command, but that you cannot run in the web UI. Okay.
Only that is
The
different.
rest of the things you can, everything you can do directly here also.
Okay.
There is no issue of that one. Okay. So I will select the use database. Okay. Next I want to use the DB. Okay. So every statement will be closing with semicolon. Okay, I'm using, see now we can see the name, database name is coming. Okay, still I didn't use selected any schema, so by default it will be coming the public schema.
Public schema.
Okay, that will be having everybody, so you will get that option. So let's take, I will use my schema. So use schema, if I am typing means, so you will be whatever schemas you are having inside the MathDB database, you will get that option. Okay, you can use that one. Okay, now you can see all the options here, warehouse for the DB and particular schema, everything you will be having. So if you want to show the tables, okay, you can use the show tables command, so you will get all the tables name inside the schema.
One more small doubt. We are using command prompt, but when you are going to use any, you want to log in with Azure keys, you need to work on the site.
That is different case. Normally you are creating with username password, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so in real time you may get you need to use the multi-factor authentication also. Okay, means you need to use some string for that, means there will be some key. Okay, so your mobile will generate some OTP.
OTP.
Okay, if you entered that OTP, then only you can able to log in. That many things will be there to connect the system, but finally it will be running inside same thing only. But for connecting and all, that is a high security mechanism you might implement it for that your systems. Okay, clear, right? Okay, so now if you want to show list out your stages means simply show stages. If you are enter means what all the stages we are having, that you can able to see here. Okay, so let's create internal stage for some CSV data. Okay, let me download one CSV file from the system. Okay, so annual enterprise survey, some financial year data I am having. Okay, around 7.7 MB data I am having. Okay, so just I am using this one only for better understanding. Okay, So this is the CSV data. So with line delimiter. Okay, this is the data. Okay, so first column is year and next column is the industry aggregation, some column name is there, and so it is a level 1 data. Next industry code, so like that there is having many options. Okay, so you are having the data.
Here the delimiter is a comma.
Huh?
Here is
Delimiter is comma, but inside that one you will be having some special string for that.
Yes.
Okay, it is optionally they are maintaining inside the double quotes.
Okay.
Okay, so from here, see, from starting from here, okay, here to that place, system should consider as a single character. Okay, so these are all the department names they are having, so it is a completely one.
Okay.
Okay, but actually you are using the comma only,
Delimiter.
comma delimiter. So if system consider this comma means comma as separate column, so but I am having multiple values for that.
Okay.
Okay, so you should have the optional enclosing.
Okay.
I said right,
Double
file
quotes,
format
yeah,
creation,
after
optional enclosing.
Double
So for delimiter, that's depends on the your choice. Okay, how you need to, how you can create the stages and all, here only you can create. Okay, so no need to create the use previous stages and all. Let's create our own file format first. Okay, so how you can create the file format? I said right, create file, file format name, file format name, options whatever you need, so that you can directly you can enter. Okay, so all the theoretical information you will get in the Snowflake documentation. Everybody will do with same only. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, instead of that you can use employee CSV file, better that one. Okay, so this store as cheap. We'll load all the files. Okay, no issue. You are not reading the data, simply you are loading the data. Okay, this is also one of the file. Okay, so there will be employee ID, first name, last name, and there is some data. Okay, including department name. Okay, file format option you can create here. So let's consider here any special characters is there. No, nothing is there, right? So simple file format we can create for meantime. So create file format name, my CSV, like that I will create. Okay, so here I will give the options, just mandatory things, what delimiter.
Yes.
Okay,
File delimiter.
file delimiter is mandatory. ఇమేజెస్ నేను సరే గూగుల్ నుంచి తీసుకుంటా బాబు, సిఎస్వి నుంచి. Okay, so whatever topic you want, simply you can search, you'll get all the things. Okay, file format. Okay, so even whatever, this is also one small normal option only. So you can create, alter anything you can do for any object, not only for file format, not only for table. So whatever you are doing, alterations, insertion, new things, dropping, everything you can do. No need to explain that alter, drop, those kind of things. Yeah, create file format CSV. ఓకే, ఆప్షన్స్ అన్ని పెట్టాలంటే అన్ని పెడదాము, వద్దు అనుకుంటే వద్దు. ఇది బెటర్, రాయడం బెటర్ ఏమో కాపీ చేసుకుంటే. ఓకే, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకొని వద్దాంలే. First thing is mandatory things, field delimiter. Okay, so let's, before that better to write in the notepad only. Create file format name my CSV. Okay, so field delimiter is what you need to use, single, okay, comma. Okay, so let's use that one. That's it. Okay, we can use other options as well later. Just for typing you can use this one. Okay, next, what happened?
syntax error.
Syntax error. Syntax మర్చిపోతుంట. File format if not exist, type equal to CSV, and we can need to give the option. Okay, type equal to CSV, and now we can give the file format options. CSV field delimiter. Okay, still what happened? Common. బాబు సింటాక్స్ నాకు గుర్తుండవు, దాన్ని ఏం రాదు అనుకోద్దండి. ఓకేనా, ఓకే, స్పేస్ లేదా, నో బ్రాకెట్స్. Okay, file format is created. So if you want to see the file formats, so file formats while creating file space format. But if you want to see the file formats, show file formats. So here you can see whether our file format is there or not. My CSV, see, my CSV is there, another one is CS3S3 is there. Okay, two file formats are there. Okay, so if you want to describe, so describe file space format my CSV, my underscore or my CSV, that's it, my underscore CSV. Okay, so you will get the option. Okay, so whatever options you are having, so by default system will consider the record delimiter is the /n. If you are a new record means /n.
Okay, slash.
Okay, so space field delimiter is comma. Okay, file extension is, we are not specified anything, system is not considering anything. So system is not considering the your header information, only this one only. If you want to add that option, okay, so you can add that skip header equal to 1, means first row you need to avoid. I don't want to insert first 10 records, so skip header equal to 10. Okay, so like that you need to specify. You need to understand the parse header. Okay, so that's not required now. Next, for date format, if you want to specify anything, so system whatever is loading that I am considering as a date. Okay, or you can use any, if you want your own date formats and all, you can use that one. So by default system is considering the all the things as a string data type only. Okay, few things will be there, binary format and all hexadecimal kind of things, it is a system defined. If you want, you can use your own. Okay, so I used one word UTF-8, UTF-19, that and all. that is platform specific. Snowflake by default will use the Snow UTF-8. If you want compatibility issues kind of things, you need to change that this format. Okay, even you can set your UTF file format in account level also. So entire system will consider that particular option. Okay, encoding how it will be there. So now we have created the file format. Next, what you have to do? Stage we need to create. Okay, so if you want to see the old stages, whatever we created as of now, simply show stages. Okay, so now you can see the stages. One is JSON stages, JSON stages I have created. Another one is one CSV stage I have created. Okay,
Okay.
that is external, but you will get the all the stages, not only internal, external also you will get. So you can see that stage type external. These are all the internal stages. Okay. So if you want to create your own stage environment, so just simply create stage
name, create or replace.
stage name, create or replace also. If you want to replace the older one, directly you can use the create or replace. Okay, so my stage or anything you can use if you, whatever your name you want. So here you need to use the type for which type of data, or you no need to specify also, doesn't matter. If you are specify that particular type only you need to give. Okay na? Otherwise, if you are giving the simply stage name, that's enough, no need to give anything. Okay, so let's give type equal to CSV. Okay, I want to use the my stage CSV data only I want to use. Okay, so let's type equal to CSV. Syntax bracket type.
Bro, here we are writing directly stage name.
Okay,
How they will take is internal or external? How they will take?
Huh?
How they will understand?
So if you are not specifying keyword external,
Uh-huh.
okay, if you want to create external stage means you need to use that keyword, external keyword.
Okay.
Okay, otherwise system won't consider that as the external. Otherwise, system by default system will consider the internal only. Okay, so that will be added to your building. Okay,
Where will
So-
be dependent?
huh?
Where will be dependent?
Create here only. Create external stage.
Okay. Without
If you are not using that keyword external, it will be internal.
Okay.
Okay, so now you can see your create stage. You can see that my stage, whatever I have created, right? So that we can see my stage CSV. Okay, this will allow any type of data. Okay, now even describe that one. Okay, so syntax.
DES describe.
Okay, DES kada అనుకుంటాను. So you will get the keywords with the green letter. NoSQL. Okay, so objects name with the white and keywords with the if you are easily you can identify that syntax issues and all. Okay, so by default it is a file format CSV is taking. Okay, so whatever file formats you will get, right, record delimiter and everything. So these many options you can use that one in the file format. By default system will consider the CSV only. Okay, so next, if you want to see the data in your staging environment, so you can use simply list at the date stage name. Okay, so my stage CSV. Okay, so I don't have any data. because I didn't load anything. So I have other stages also. Let's see that one. Okay, so we are having list at the date JSON stage we have. Okay, my JSON. Okay, so we are having the one file. Okay, JSON data we are having. So here actually I didn't load it with ggzip. Okay, so now see, I will load the data first. So I am not doing any compression for that. Okay, we'll see the data. Okay, so this data I'm using. Right click on it. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I want to load the data into the stage environment. What you have to do? You need to use the put command. Okay, so let's prepare the put command in system. Okay, put. You need to use what you need to use? File keyword. Okay, file. You need to use the syntax for that. Okay, now you need to give the path. Okay, along with your file. I am not doing any zipping and all. So which stage I need to pass into my stage environment? My CSV, my stage CSV. Okay, so you need to specify the keyword my stage CSV. Okay, so here if you want to create inside the folder, actually I didn't created any folders and all. If you want to store your data with along with your folder one path for okay, so you can give that one as well. Okay, if you even if you are whether you are not specified created or not doesn't matter. If you are giving here, system will create. If already there, then system will load directly. Okay, so if already it is not there, still if you are using that one means it will be created newly. Okay, next, so you can give the path. You can run this command. ఏదో వచ్చింది. Okay, data is loaded. Okay, so how much time it is taking for loading the data?
3 seconds.
Okay, 3 seconds. Okay, one row, one file is loaded, that's a one row. So by default you are not loaded with zip, but before loading the data it is zipping. System by default system will do that zipping. Default zipping, gzip, gz is there, gzip. If you want your own zipping mechanism and all, here while creating the file formats itself, you need to give that one. Somewhere option is there, compression. Okay, here auto compression is there, so you can give your own zip mechanism. Okay, that option for each and everything you can, if you are googling that syntax, you can see that options. Okay, whatever option you can use that directly will, if you are not giving directly it is using. Okay, so here while loading the data into the snowflake stage environment, system won't give you any error. So if it is not corrupted, okay, by default it will load if it is not corrupted, that's it. Okay, so now how much size it is showing? This is the bytes. Okay, first it is 3778 bytes it is there. So after compression, this much size only it is having. Okay, let's see what is the size of this file. See here 4 KB. Okay, 3770 means around 4 KB it is showing. Okay, but after zipping, how much size? 1.7
Around 2 KB.
1 KB or 1.7 KB, around 2 KB only it is having. Okay, so you can see that one. Now if you want to see the file, how you can see list at the date my TSSV. Okay, see, now you can see the file or not. Okay, so if you want to try same file once again, let's try same file already there. I have not removed anything,
Overwrite it will
but it is showing skipped status. Means once file is loaded, system Snowflake will not allow to load the data once again. If you want to load that file, either you need to change your file name. Okay, so for this file name, system will generate one hash key internally, so that if that hash key already existed, system won't load to the Snowflake once again. Okay, this is one thing you should remember all the times. It is not showing. Okay, even you can check that one. Okay, I ran multiple 2 times put command, but still you are having the one file only. So if you are changing your file name, then it will allow. Okay, simply I will make that one as a employees one. So here I will run the put command. Okay, now system will load. Okay, if you are changing file name, that's okay. Even content also same, still doesn't matter, system will load, but file name should change. Then only system will allow. Okay, uploaded one file. Earlier target size is 0 because it was skipped. Okay, clear, right?
Yes.
So if you want to load your file into your name stage, okay, so simply here only what you will do, so here no need to specify the name. For that there is no name, right?
Yes.
Sir, no. So simply you need to use the tilde symbols. Okay, so it's loaded. Same account, if you some other users are using, they cannot access. Now it is having single user, that's why now I can able to see that staging data whatever I am having inside the this internal stage. Okay, at the date tilde symbol, if you are using internal stage, whatever I am having, that you can see that one file is there, that you can see. But normally Snowflake account, if other users are using my account, so they cannot see these files. This specific to my user only. Okay, so if you want to load this data into my table stage, I want to create one table stage for employee. So for that I need to load the data into the Snowflake. So what you have to do, before that you should have the table inside that Snowflake. Then only table stage will be created automatically. Otherwise it won't create. Okay, let's create one table inside that one. Yeah, or here itself we can create that one, right? But the problem here is we need to use the data columns. Okay, I will use these columns. So some shortcuts you should use while working. Okay, otherwise you cannot work. First table name. Okay, employee table. okay, with these columns. So I need to specify the, by default I'm considering the string only, all the columns. Later we can modify, okay, if required. Okay, let's create the table. What I can use?
Syntax,
Last slash. Okay, so table is created. So how you can see the table, describe the table. Okay, I think no need to discuss this one much. I all the columns I have created as a string, but internally system will consider the varchar2 of varchar of this much size, this much length, this many number of bytes system will consider. Okay, so if you are giving number, that number will be stored, otherwise this will be stored as a string, this much length. Okay, if you are specifying specific length, this number of characters only, that will allow that one only. Okay, so I want to now, for this one, internally system created the internal table stage. Okay, so otherwise we cannot load the data. Syntax error already existed on Sadi. So if you want to load the data into the your internal stage, table stage, you need to specify the which symbol. This is for name stage, your user stage, that is. What is the table stage?
Yes.
Normally people won't use these two stages, but by default these stages will be there in your, to your user and for your table. I don't know whether it will run or not. I guess it should work. EMPL does not exist authorized. Table name is EMPL only, right? Yes, table stage is okay. So I need to this what type. Candidates mandatory. Okay, I don't know. Actually, I never practiced. You can Google it. So you can use that table stage also for staging your data for particular table. So name stage already I have shown. Now you have data in your staging environment. So how you can load the data into the Snowflake?
Copy command.
Using copy command. Okay, so syntax is copy into. You should have the table. Then only you can able to load the data. So whatever data you are having, corresponding column should be there in your Snowflake table. Okay, so already I have created the table. So AMPL from, okay, directly you can use at the date directly. Okay, even you can, if you want to select your data, select star from stage name. If you are giving means directly you can read that file. Stage name, come file name. If you are giving means directly you can stage. Okay, let me show you that one first. List at the date. Stage name is what? Our my stage TSP, right? Okay, you can see this one. If you want to see this data, select star from at the date. If you are giving this file along stage name along with your file name means system will read the data. What happened? SQL compilation.
User stage.
ఏది టిల్డ్ సింబల్
Pi symbol.
పై ఇదే కదా
Pine.
టిల్డ్ ఇట్లా ఐఫోన్ ఉండేది కదా అది యూజర్ స్టేజ్
Pi ఉండేది.
పైన ఏది హ్యాష్ సింబల్ హ్యాష్ వచ్చేసి టేబుల్ స్టేజ్ it should query actually. System is taking time. My stage only. అది మీ ఇంటర్నల్ స్టేజ్ అది ఫర్ టేబుల్ స్టేజ్ అది ఓకే టేబుల్ స్టేజ్కి లోడ్ చేయడం ఎప్పుడు చేయలేదు యాక్చువల్గా అది అవసరం రాదు బేసిక్ ఎవరికి ఎందుకు ఇన్సేపు తీసుకుంటుంది డేటా కొరీ చేయడానికి two files we are having, right? So it will read complete 2 tables data. So this time actually system will consider your column headers also as a value only because we didn't skip any file, skip header. So system should read the complete data.
It is using
Oh, not hash symbol. We should use the percentage symbol. Okay. Why this much time? ఇది రీడ్ అవుతుంది బాబు వెరీ స్మాలర్ 2 ఫైళ్ళు నార్మల్గా ఇంత టైం తీసుకోకూడదు
loop లో అడుగుతున్నాను.
Okay, so let's run table stage once again. This is specific to the table. Okay, it's loaded, uploaded, specific to the particular table only. You cannot query for other tables. Okay, let's create another table with some different name in Snowflake. Let's try to access that one. So how you can create the duplicate table? Create table name. Okay, so MPL is there, EMPL1, like that I will create one more table. Okay, as keyword you need to use as select star from EMPL. If you want along with data, directly you can use statement. If you don't want with data, you can use where any false condition like 1 equal to 2 or A equal to B. That cannot be, that never be equal. Okay, so that type of false conditions you can use, or you can use the like operator also. That some few databases may allow, few databases may not allow like operator. That kind of things we can use to create the duplicate tables and all. If you want to create with data, then you should use the as select star from table. That's it. Okay, so I have created the another table with EMPL. Okay, so I want to query for the query from the I want to see the data with EMPL table stage. Okay, so how you can see list at the date percentage EMPL. So now you have the data in the EMPL table. Okay, so I want to see for different table EMPL1. Okay, for this one I didn't loaded any data to this table. Okay, so this should not be there data. So see, it is not specific to the
Data.
it is not related to the other table. That's specific to the only that particular table. Whatever you have loaded, we have run command, that's specific to your file only. Okay, yes or no? Table stage normally people won't use, just for your understanding purpose I have explained. ChatGPT open. Now we can load the data from stage to the snowflake. Already we have created the we have created the table and loaded the data into the internal stage. So from that, if you want to inject the data into the snowflake, what you need to use?
You need to create a table.
Already created. We should use the copy command. Okay, so let's use copy command. Copy into table name you need to give. Okay, so from you need to give the from you need to specify the stage name or not. Okay, so my stage underscore csv. So inside that you will be having many number of files because that can be used for any user and for any table. So normally in real time you will be having more number of tables. So all that data will be having in the same stage only. So you should maintain some proper path for that. So that how you will maintain that one, while loading the data itself, you can create the folders and inside that one. So for same table also you will be getting multiple files sometimes. So how you need to do? So I will explain that one. So for this one I want to load the data only this file. Okay. So I am having inside the emp folder already I created, right? I guess already there it's a path here. By stage, yes, I'm loading from internal stage, not from the table stage or user stage. Okay, so here this path I want to load. Okay, copy into empl table. So you need to give the specific path, complete path. This is along with your file name. Okay, so it will load. So you need to specify the file formats. Okay, this you need to consider as a type equal to CSV, like that you need to specify. ఓపెన్ చేయవు సింటాక్స్లో కరెక్టే కదా మై స్టేజ్ ఓకే పర్టికులర్ ఫైల్ సో ఫైల్ ఫార్మాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు కరెక్ట్ ఫైల్ ఫార్మాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు bracket or type equal to CSV. If you want to give any optional things, you can add that one. Okay. Still unexpected file, where file format. So it's not the file format, it's a format only. ఏంది కరెక్టే కదా this is also not required somewhere unexpected బాబు ప్రిపేర్ కాలేదు బాబు ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకోవాల్సిందే మర్చిపోయినా బాబు అడ్డిడేట్ రాయలే కదా బాబు ఊరన్నా చెప్తా చెప్పాలి కదా బాబు ఫ్రమ్ కీవర్డ్ రాయాలా అడ్డిడేట్ సింబల్ రాయాలా ఓకే
Copy into EML from @message CSV.
So now you need to specify the file format. While loading the data, you should use the file underscore format. So inside that, type equal to CSV. Still. From we should use the bracket, I guess. Right?
No bracket. Only at the rate. My stage, the staging. CSV mpf dot csv dot gs.
Correct only. With file space keyword కదా బ్లూ రావాలా బ్లూ కాదు గ్రీన్ రావాలా ఫైల్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎస్ సి నౌ యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ కరెక్ట్ type equal to CSV equal to
Wait, రావాలి ఒకసారి ఎంటర్ చేయండి.
Yes. Okay. Now we have loaded the 51 records.
To Snowflake table.
Okay. Now we can query the data from table. Let's see that one. Okay. So this CSV file, whatever data you are having. So if you want skip these kind of things, commission percentage. So here I'm having the hyphen symbol. I don't want that one. Okay. So you can while creating the file formats itself, you can define that values. Okay. So here I directly used a CSV. Instead of that, you can use your own file format. Okay. So what we created earlier, my CSV. That's it, right?
Yes, my CSV.
Okay, you can use that directly. That one as not type CSV file format equal. Here you no need to specify type. Already we are defined that one. All the things. Okay, directly you can use my CSV. That's it. Okay, so it's already processed. Once data is loaded to your Snowflake account, you cannot process once again. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so what you have to do, we have another file with employees 1 from the same table. Okay, you can use that one. Okay, now again loaded. Of course data is duplicated, but duplicate files will not load to the Snowflake either by the copy command or put command. So at least you should be having the different file names for that. Okay, so now we can see the table data.
Employees.
Okay, you will be having how many number of records? So total 51 plus 51,
1 or 2.
1 or 2 records are there. Okay, I said right already, we didn't use the header skip. Skip header not used, so we created as the all the columns as a string type. That's why its system is considered the this one. So here this column headers also considered as the file names, this values data only. Okay, that's why it's loaded. So I don't know the reason. Means we will be receiving daily data with employee data only. File name will be some for particular time. It's at the date means with specific timestamp value will come. After some time also same file will come. Okay, I will be having the many number of many number of tables here. Okay, I want to load all the files. Okay, so you need to use a pattern keyword. Okay, let's copy option. We can discuss that one. So there we can use that options. Okay, this is not the credit usage. Okay, we can use multiple options there. So like validation mode and pattern option. Okay, these kind of things on error equal to skip file. Okay, these kind of options we need to use. Okay, if you are getting any error file, so from stage to Snowflake, error files normally won't load. Okay, you are loading multiple files, so on particular time you are getting any issue with the file, so that will be system will come out from the session. Okay, it won't execute. So still I want to load other files are correct. Okay, so on error equal to continue, like that you need to use. Okay, if in that particular file there is a one error. Okay, so just I need to skip that file. Okay, even one error also one error came, I need to skip that complete file, then you can use that one. So let's think about I don't want to skip complete file, I want to continue other records. Only one record is having issue, other records are correct, so on error equal to continue. Like that we need to give the options. Okay, just you can do yourself practice. We can discuss if we got any issues. Okay, so validation mode and all we can discuss later. If you want to see your copy command execution data and all, copy history table already we discussed. previously running queries, query history. There only. For copying the history data means copy history table or load history also. We will be having the information. Okay. As of now, anything is there?
No.
Even if you want to if you want to load the JSON data also, you can load without any issue. See, I will show you the. Just need to create one stage environment first. With JSON format, you can load the data that one.
ఇప్పుడు మనం కంటిన్యూస్ లోడింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనము కామా డిలిమిటెడ్ ఉంటుంది, ఒకసారి పైప్ డిలిమిటెడ్ ఉంటుంది. అవి కూడా కంటిన్యూస్ లోడింగ్ కావాలంటే
That doesn't matter. Okay, so continuous means simply inside SnowPipe, you need to write the copy command only. Whatever options you want to use, file format or anything, that you can define in the copy command. That's no issue. Just that automatic ingestion, you need to use the pipe. That's it. Inside that copy command, whatever logic you want to write, you can add, no issue. Okay, so let's open this file. I want to load that with the external stage, this one. So I want to load the JSON file. Simply you can create one staging environment. You can load your data. Okay, from that stage, how you can load the data to the stage? Put command only. Okay, next. So how you will load the data into the Snowflake? Copy command only. So that extraction and all, JSON is different little bit. That we can discuss. That is actually separate class is required for that. It will take more than 1 hour for that to explain these concepts to how you will extract the data and all. Yeah. Okay. Can we stop?
Yes.
ఓకే.
If you want to unload the data, simply reverse you need to do. Copy into table is there, right? So if you want to load your data from table, so you need to use the staging environment. Same stage only you can use. Okay, so stage environment, same stage only I will use. Okay, my underscore stage CSV. Okay, so here only I want to create with file name as the emp.csv. Okay, from I don't want all the columns. Okay, simply I can write the statement. Select star from emp. Okay, all the columns if you want. I don't want all the columns means whatever columns required you can specify in that. Okay, so you can get the, see, it's unloaded. Okay, 1 or 2 records unloaded, so that is the size. So how you will this one move into the your local system? So how you loaded the data into the Snowflake with your system? Put command to unload the data from here. It is also there in your staging only. Okay, see your you can file list at the date my stage, right? My stage underscore CSV only. Okay, so this file also is having in your staging environment only. It is not there in your system. This file I want to unload to your local system means you need to use the get command. Okay, so get, so from this one, this file. Okay, and you need to specify the local system path. So same how you are defining earlier, put command. Okay, I want to download to the my downloads only. Okay, it's a downloaded. Now you can check your system, it will be there. Yeah, EMP-CSV. Okay, of course it is a encrypted format. You can extract that one. Zipping format, not encrypted. Okay, now you can check your file, your data is there or not. Sir, no.
Yes.
This is the unloading process. Loading to Snowflake, unloading from Snowflake to your local system. Clear?
Clear.
I'm stopping the session.